I call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Dr. Fike?
Here.
Mr. Friend?
Here.
Mrs. Geyer?
Here.
Mr. Lizza is absent this evening. Mrs. O'Rear?
Here.
Mr. Polakowski?
Here.
Mr. Shipley?
Here.
Mrs. Smith?
Here.
Mrs. Williams?
Here. Are there any citizens' comments?
No.
January 13th, 2022 minutes.
The board will be asked to approve the minutes of the January 13th, 2022 voting meeting.
Is there any discussion? January 20th, 2022 minutes.
The board will be asked to approve the minutes of the January 20th, 2022 meeting.
Is there any discussion? Monthly board treasurer's report.
The board will be asked to approve the treasurer's report for the month of December 2021. Please note 2 columns have been added: the outstanding checks and reconciled balance.
Is there any discussion? General Fund Board Summary Report.
The board will be asked to approve the board summary report for December.
Discussion. Accounting and Food Service Check Summary Listing.
The board will be asked to approve the fund accounting and food service check summary listing.
Any discussion? Cyber Charter Expense Analysis.
The cyber charter expense has been paid through December 2021, and I don't know if Mrs. Mondock has anything.
What I did this time for your general information, I believe there was a question asked of me last board meeting, what we had actually paid in cyber charter expenses last year. I added that as a little general information note up here that we paid $1,819,690.48 last year. As you can see, we are basically at about 44% of our current budget, or I'm sorry. I need to look at my thing here a little bit better. Basically, we have spent of our budgeted $1,417,000. We have spent $634,187.83 this year to date, and that was through December 31st at that point in time. Obviously, I will continue to monitor it and let you guys know where we're standing, but just want to keep you apprised of this is something that could very well go over budget.
Is there any discussion?
Seems like we're doing a lot better.
We're doing better than last year for sure. Yes, absolutely. And I'm hoping that trend continues.
Any other discussion? Superintendent Information.
I'd left a placeholder there for Mark Scheller to update the board, which he had already has done. And I know that Mrs. Smith has been working very diligently on a project, and I don't know if you would like to have a few more words.
So it's just about the foundation. We are beginning, I am beginning to talk to some people. The best I can say about this foundation is it's not of the school. Mr. Mash and I were just talking. It is for the school, but it's not of the school. Kind of like PTA is here by permission of the school, and they're for the school, but they are not of the school. So that's the same kind of thing that with this foundation. Now, that being said, in our bylaws, it is prudent to, with this group of people that's going to be doing this, typically you would see that the business manager would be the treasurer and keep the accounts. The superintendent would be a member. There would be teacher members, which I think is all really important. There's local business members. There would be just a wide variety of people so that you have different perspectives on how this money should be used. But most importantly, it's important to keep in mind what the school needs. So that is why we would need the superintendent to be a part of it, and things like that. So that's where we're at. I've been gathering different bylaws from different foundations that other school districts have. So, I mean, luckily we don't have to recreate the wheel. We can kind of pick and choose what we like from everybody's and make it our own. So we're going to be starting that soon.
Is there a fee to apply for that 501c3?
There is a fee, yes. So the first thing you'd have to do, we would have to have our first official organizational meeting, and that's when we would adopt the bylaws and the officers would be elected and the board members would be elected. After that, then you can file for articles of incorporation. Then you can go forward and get the EIN, and you can do the 501(c)(3). So that is all stuff that we would have to do down the road. I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time, but there is a fee for that. So we'll see if we have any donors that want to help us out with that.
We can put out a request to the community too, Christy.
Yeah.
It's like a GoFundMe thing, kind
Right.
of like.
And we're going to be the new GoFundMe for the teachers, and that's kind of the purpose. I think everybody talking is we would love to be able to give teachers grants for projects that they're working on, scholarships for kids. If there's something that the school says, hey, we want to do this, but we can't fund it, we could try to get the funds for that and support it. So that's exactly what I'd like it to be.
Any other discussion about that? Do you have anything else in your report?
I do not. I'll report
Okay.
for next week.
Okay. Changes to the district health and safety plan.
I have posted on there the current COVID guidelines. I would like to notify that we are in the process of reviewing our health and safety plan with some insight from our nursing staff, so we'll keep everyone informed of how that will be going.
Is this to be included in the new plan?
Pieces, there might be some modification to that.
That's what we do right now.
That's what we do right now, which is probably different than what's on the website, because we did adopt the changes to quarantine. Instead of 10 days, it's 5 days. But there is some information that the nurses have been working on and some changes that may be recommended to the board. The Health and Safety Committee is going to try to meet within the next week so that we can have those on the agenda for next week to be approved.
I saw the 5-day quarantine on here, and I thought it was but you're saying there could be some more changes.
Yeah, there will definitely be more changes to this next week. We just wanted everybody to be aware of this is what is occurring, because if you look at the website, I'm not sure that that's been updated.
Masking is still optional, right, Michelle?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Is there any other discussion? Okay, solicitors information.
I have nothing to present at this time. The only information I had for the board was presented during executive session.
Business manager, transportation director information.
Yes, this evening I would like to update you on Bus Boss. As you all know, you approved that for me, and then whenever we got the contract, I did run it by Mr. Deliker for his, remember you looked at that for me for your review, so he said we were good to go and implement. So therefore we have. I can tell you that Steve Smithola has already had the first kickoff call with Bus Boss. We are working on downloading the data that Mrs. Laura Geyer has provided. And we are working on getting that information and getting things up and running. So once they get the initial data dump, it will take them probably at least 4 weeks to get our beginning route started. So we are well within the process. Also wanted to let you know that CSIU, on the software financial application side, we currently utilize the Fox Pro version. That is actually going to be at the end of this fiscal year. They are working on integrating everyone that is currently on the Fox Pro version onto the Fizz version, which is actually a cloud-based application. So we are having a kickoff call with them on February 24th. Me and Mrs. Lane and Mrs. Rodriguez will be participating in that. I can tell you that this will be my third software integration with CSIU. They sort of teased me and asked me that once I'm done with working at Southmoreland and retired, they asked me if I want to do this as a full-time job, no thank you. But I can tell you, we've done it, we'll begin, once we have the kickoff call, we'll begin with the cleanup of some of our files and getting things ready to implement and move over to the CSIU Phys application. And that's all that I have for this evening. Oh, and one other quick note, Coach Frederick, we have received to date $400 in donations. And they're just starting to come in, so we're obviously putting that in a separate account so that it's separate and distinct. And what we want to do is we're going to be sending thank you letters to the individuals that give us donations. And we also have I talked with Joanne today about once we get the list compiled every so often, I want to send a list to the family so that they know who donated in his honor.
Thank you. Before citizens' comments, does anybody have anything else?
Are you going to take committee reports or like
That's next.
next time?
Yes.
IU and stuff?
Yes. Does anybody have anything else that they want to discuss?
But
Did you have something you had at the end of the meeting?
we did it. It was the letter. We did it. And we talked about SEIU too. So those were the two things.
Okay, citizens' comments? Do we want to allow for 5 minutes for call-in? So I'm terrible with the phone number. What is the phone number for calling in again? 724.
640-2609.
We're going to take a 5-minute adjournment for people to be able to call in if they would like to. The number to call in is 724-640-2609. 724-640-2609. And I need a motion to adjourn for 5 minutes. I need a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Can you make us ready to go back in? Yeah, I need a motion to go back into session.
So moved.
I need a second.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Did anybody have anything else till we move to citizen comment?
Yes, I would appreciate the board allowing me to make, to say something. This is addressed to the students who contacted me by mail from the high school. And I do want to tell you that your letter was received. It is being honored. This board is taking your concerns very seriously. And I thank you for contacting me, but I want to tell you that all of these people are going to get together and we're going to do the best we can to help you. So I want you to know that your letter was received and respected. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Fike. Does anybody else have anything? Okay, do we have any citizens' comments? No citizens' comments. I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I need a second.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.